Prophet Sunday Funsho Korode. I'm the choir master general of the CNS Church Movement, Surulere District Choir. I think it's been exciting. Certainly not as challenging as like having a challenge. It's something you just roll on to. You enjoy it because it's exciting, it's interesting. It's also an opportunity to establish a unique relationship with God, with His church, with the choir group, so that in all the spheres of expression, one feels really happy, being involved with all my colleagues in running the choir. It started just as an element of choir performance and expression, and it was always a choir night. It was not choir day. It's like the cantata we used to have in various churches of the CNS, even when we were kids. So when we got together again in the Surulere branch at that time, the choir men and women, boys and girls, felt we should have like an end of year play. That's what it was supposed to be. And it started, as I said, as a choir night. And it's supposed to be a day or a night we set aside to put together experiences in choristry, to ensure that those who have talent, skills, and abilities are showcased in a collective setting, and ensuring that we, more than anything, celebrate Christ in all that we do. Our choir program had always been to not just entertain, but to preach morals, standards, and to let people hear about the gospel more than any other thing. It has been a forum for fellowship, first intra-church, then now international. It's really gone beyond the limits of the church conference. So for us as a church, it has the physical side of really exercising the physique of man. It has the emotional side of talking about our interaction at the level of belongingness and love with all our colleagues. It has what you call the mental side, where the human resource is actually brought to bear in terms of what they can do and what they can move on to. Really using the mind to construct ideas, to construct views, to construct perspectives, and in all this, to ensure that there's an undercurrent of what we call the lesser side of life, which is smiling, joking, and releasing pent-up emotions. So that aspect in itself assists in elongating one's life and makes people happy. It's a social forum and it's a spiritual forum for really elevating Christ to the level of entertainment and getting people to know who Christ is, what He has come to preach, and what we are trying to get to the world, and assisting the world to see how they can also enjoy themselves listening to music, watching drama sketches, looking at performances, and seeing the young ones grow their areas of abilities and capacities. So it's really a minefield of unlimited expression. That's what the choir is all about. Yes, spiritual content very solid. That's the spinal cord of the entire thing. But there are extensions in the social, emotional, physical, mental, and more importantly, human, areas of life. And I think it's important for us to know that in ensuring that you keep your youth within the confines of a religious environment like a church, it's important that they have avenues for expression and for ventilation, that they are not just constrained within a small limit of let's sing church hymnals, let's do prayers, let's do all this. With time it could be boring. The youth will want opportunity to really spread and to enjoy themselves. So I think to that extent it's one way of ensuring that you keep your youth and you enable them to also perform. Because once they have ways of expressing themselves, they are very much at home. But if they are constrained and they are not able to give what they have, they go out or seek any avenue for such expressions. So I think that's an important aspect of really having them. But like you also said, even as an avenue for gaining and winning souls for Christ, the cantata, the choir day, the choir night, whatever choir thing you call it, has been a very table tool of when you see people come for our programs, you see, it used to be an indoor activity, a small stage inside the church, but now we can no longer sit inside our church. The church hall is not enough to contain the people coming, and those coming are no longer just our members. They come from all nooks and crannies from all over the world. So to that extent again, you discover that some will come, oh, this is real music at its best. Oh, it's nice to hear the scriptural side of what they are trying to give to us. Oh, I feel truly edified and fulfilled listening to maybe the small talk that go into the entire choir day program. Or somebody is seeing his own personal life in some of the songs and drama sketches and is trying to say, I think I should change if this is what these people are preaching. So you are winning souls for Christ, you are spreading the gospel, and you are increasing and expanding the kingdom of God. So the real choir day event has a multifaceted and varied values. Well, I think what we always say is that the inspiration of those trusted with the responsibility to manage each choir, event, especially each year we have what we call a choir, anniversary committee. They are trusted with the responsibility to go search for what theme will really appeal to our target audience and the entire world, and such themes that will have encyclopedic value, not just limited to short range something, but that will also have a long-lasting impact in the hearts and minds of those who will come, and will at the same time tell a musical story that they can relate to. And I think they went to town, sat back, conceptualized, and thought of what will it be this year, because we've traversed the entire platform of themes, and they just came and said, look, can't we try the greatest song of all this year? And it was brought to the choir executive and all the choir elders to think through and to talk through, and everybody said, oh, this is a well-chosen topic. So it's always a collective thing, and it will mean that the choir in Surulere has a collective mind, and when they come out, they ooze out something really great and philosophical, and that's why they said the greatest song of all. But as God will have it, it has rolled into a significant and epochal event, the passage of our father, Dr. G. Ofakeye, into eternity. And they were able to now streamroll this thought into, could it be that the moment he stopped singing that song on this side of eternity, he has commenced the singing of the greatest song of all in the greater eternity. And that's why the entire program is dedicated to the memory of that our great father, the legend, of our own CNS conversation. So that's where it actually came up. And when we start looking at what it is, people will understand the theme and the reason for picking it, and the timeliness of that theme that we're having this year. My name is Prophet Sunday Funsho Korode, the Choir Master General of the CNS Church Movement, Surulere, and I'm watching 2015 Choir Day, the greatest song of all.
My name is Femi Olade. I'm the chairman of the organizing committee of 2015 Choir Day. It's been hectic, obviously combining it with the burial plans of the general leader has been quite challenging, but I think we've had a very fantastic team to work with, and we've seen significant contributions from them. So look, ultimately it's been challenging, but it's been fun. You know, so this is the joke, right? We started planning for the event, and 2 weeks into our planning, the general leader died. The first challenge we had was, how do we combine our story with the death of the general leader? I think what people will see today is a continuation of the interesting things that we did last year. I mean, last year, people are still feeling nostalgic about last year, and I think that this year we'll probably be in a position to do just slightly better than last year in terms of the quality of our songs, the quality of our performance, the way we've been able to weave our storyline into something that everybody can follow and can relate to. My name is Femi Olade. People call me Flo, and you're watching 2015 Choir Day. Bless.
Yeah, I'm Apostle Gbemiga Oluremi Ladejebi, the secretary of the choir, C&S Movement Church, Surulere District. Yes, it has been so challenging, but all the same, I appreciate it because it's a way of serving the Lord and giving to the Lord the little I could. And He has been strengthening me to get the job done over the years. Yeah, the spiritual significance of Choir Day is to win souls for Christ. And over the years, we have been seeing converts through the program, people converting to the Lord. Each year, we witness new faces in large numbers, and some of them have been turning to God, to appreciate God and to worship God. That is the essence, to propagate the cause of Christ on hearts. And you know, that has been the vision we have for the choir, through music, through this cantata program and things like that, to sell Christ to the world, for the people to know the significance of His coming into this world and giving us salvation, and He promised us of His coming back again. By the time He comes back, where does He meet us? So that's why we need to prepare the minds of the people ready for His coming. Yeah, today, this year's program is themed the greatest song of all. That is, we are here as choristers to sing, to appreciate God. What is this greatest song of all? It's just to propagate Christ, to sell Christ to the world. No one can sing like the angels in heaven, but we will be trying our best day in, day out to see that we measure up to standard for God to appreciate and accept us.
My name is Bola Akifelu. My name is Ajebola Adeogun. My name is Bebela Kimbode. And you're watching Choir Day 2015, the greatest song of all.